Working off my phone for this video, so the audio's not gonna be crisp, and I think I'm at a slight angle. So suck it and just learn. On this one, I'm gonna tell you literally how me and my staff sell G&G rifles, the questions that come up, benefits, features, the ins and outs, the whole spiel. From a management standpoint, if you are buying G&G rifles through 101 Tech, which is the distribution side of G&G, you are getting a 30% margin on almost every rifle. All three of these rifles, you are getting a 30% profit margin if you are buying directly from 101 Tech. If you're going G&G manufacturer direct. If you are buying from e-Vike, you are getting about 21 to 23% of profit margin. So buy from 101 Tech because they're awesome. This is the G&G Raider CQB, or what we call the Raider Short. They are mapped at 195. We sell them for 198. This is the gun that we push on to kids when they're like, hey, I'm just starting and I'm a small teenager with not a lot of money. What do you recommend I buy? This fucking thing. They're super durable. They last forever. If you're connected to a field and these are your rental guns, that is something that you need to mention also, because G&G combat machines are 100% of my rental guns. If you're just a store and you're not affiliated with a field, you need to find out, or it would behoove you to find out, what rental guns fields are using. Because then you could say, yeah, these rifles are so good that X whatever field here has been using them as rentals for the last, X amount of years. They hold up very well. They're pretty easy to upgrade if you want to upgrade, but as far as getting going and for longevity, these work well. You can go on Amazon and buy crappier, cheaper rifles, but in the long run, they are going to fail over time. These things do not fail. These are the 99 Tacomas of airsoft rifles. Firehawk. I like to call them quackers because of the cool little duckbill looking thing here. We sell these for $220. You can sell them for whatever they're gonna. I don't know what they're mapped at. I can't recall. I haven't looked it up. But these are more expensive than those Raider shorts. When people ask about the price difference, I tell them to look at the difference in the stock, the aesthetic features, and the fact it comes with a different looking magazine versus these more metal style magazines. And these things have a slightly faster or a better, sharper, crisper, whatever trigger response. So when people ask, hey, why is it slightly more expensive than that other one that is a longer rifle? Aesthetics, a better trigger response, and a cooler looking magazine. That's it. For smaller players, like kids that are, I like to try and recommend these rifles for them instead of trying to pair like a 9 or a 10-year-old with like a regular carbine length rifle. Maybe they want a shorter style rifle. Or if it's like a super short field and kids just like super short rifles, sell them this freaking thing. The CM18. I actually really like these. These are pretty sweet. And we sell these for $235. I think the most you can sell them for is like $250. I can't remember off the top of my head. But they're a higher price because they have two colors. They have these cool little rail covers, which those other rifles don't. They do come with a mid cap, so I don't know if you want to be like, that's cooler or that's not cooler or whatever. The big selling factor for me for these rifles is these are advertised at shooting between 350 and 370 FPS, whereas these other guys aren't even gonna top above 360. So the selling factor for this one, other than the aesthetic quality, is this is a little bit more powerful by about 10 feet per second. You will notice they are all on the same rack because this is my new player rack. So anytime a customer walks in and says, hey, I'm new, I'm young, blah, 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 I'm on a budget, blah, 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 what do you recommend? This motherfreaking rack right here, kids. Another thing to remember is that when they're buying that rifle, I don't like the manufacturer's bundle. So you can get like the gun that comes with all the stuff. I don't like those. I think the batteries and the chargers aren't that great of a quality. So we do an in-house bundle deal for players that are buying rifles. That thing for $65 that gets you a smart charger, literally this one, a 2,500 milliamp hour battery from Matrix, the lipos, a PTS high cap, and a battery charging bag. Those, I think the Matrix charging bags or whatever they're called. And that usually sells really, really easy. But when players are asking like, hey, I want to buy a gun, I have $240 to spend. Wait a minute, is that the price you have on the gun or the out the door price with all the other stuff? So, and then you just kind of take the conversation from there. That is pretty much it for like a really quick rundown on some talking points when selling G&G rifles. If you work at a store and you found this really helpful and informative, please let me know what store you work at, because that would be really, really cool. Thank you for watching the video, and I love you guys. Bye-bye.
Caber, who the f*** are you, nerd?